So this is a story time. How we almost slept in the cold here in Poland, in Krakow. Sorry if I'm murdering that name. So this is what happened. I mean, I and my hubby we booked our flights from Germany. Just wanted to visit somewhere else, for 5 days, at least 5 nights, then come back. We booked our flights on Ryanair. We arrived 1 hour later. It was a very smooth journey. Although I must say it was really cold when I landed Poland. Wow. I don't know which, in fact, to me, Poland is, colder. I thought Germany was cold until I came here. Anyway, that's not even what happened. That's not the most important discussion. So when we landed Poland, I mean, at the airport, I forgot to video that or take a picture of the ticket machine. But I'll look for a picture and insert it. If I don't, then I didn't get a picture. We bought our tickets, and another mistake actually, we should have asked more questions. But then the challenge was the people we saw, they didn't understand English. Just very few people that understood what we were asking them in English, and those people were also JJC like us. They just came to Poland for the first time. So I don't know if it's because we came to the you know somewhere that is not the capital, which is Warsaw. I don't know, but most people there didn't understand. They don't speak English. I would say the indigenes, or maybe we're just not lucky enough to meet indigenes that understand English. I don't know what happened. So we're just like trying to wing it on our own. Since people that we're asking don't even know, we saw a ticket machine and we bought the tickets. I'll show you what it looks like. And they didn't. We didn't know that this ticket we bought was for buses, because we were actually heading to the train station. We got to the train station. We saw a ticket machine there also, which looked different from the first ticket machine we got our first tickets from. We saw people there. We shall ignore them and enter the train. I asked my husband, what if these people start, the officials start checking, and then they realize we don't, because we got to realize that we don't have the right tickets. And the ticket machine, people from the ticket machine in the train station, their own ticket looked different, because we started asking questions. And someone told us that the ticket we have is for tram. I told my husband, please, let's get off this train. Which is a new country. We don't know how they treat such offenses and all. Make person no go enter one chance. We came down from the train, and then at the end of the day, we were really confused, I must say. Remember, at this time we hadn't booked our apartments, which I don't know, I wouldn't say, of course it's risky. I mean, we had an idea of where we wanted to stay. We've been going through a lot of apartments on bookings.com. We had a few in mind, but at least we wanted to get to the city center first, and we had ample amount of time to do that, because we actually arrived early. That was around in 2 p.m, so we had enough time. It's just the cold that was killing me. No, but it wasn't that bad. But I could just manage it. And yeah, so that's how we stood at that train station. And then I don't know if it's the captain of the train or someone, an official, came around, and he wasn't even speaking English. He didn't understand. We were trying to show him the address of where we were going to, the address of one of the apartments we had in mind to check out. And he was just telling us to pay 20 zloty, their currency. Sorry, 170. And we're like, that's too much. Because before we left Germany, we just changed a bit, and we decided that when we come to Poland, we are going to change more, of the money we have with us, from euro to their currency. And what we had on us was 200 Polish currency. And we're thinking, how can we pay 170? And this is for I think it's for two people or for one person. We didn't even bother asking because it was just too much just to get to the. And the thing is, not only was he calling a very expensive price, we didn't even know where the train will stop or take us to for that price, because he didn't understand what we were saying and we didn't understand what he was trying to, communicate with us. He wasn't speaking English. So I just, my husband just decided that the train should go, since we already have the bus ticket or the tram ticket, because that ticket you can also use it for the tram and the bus. Since we already have it, let's just find our way to the bus. We didn't, if only we knew the bus station was actually right in front of the airport. We didn't know that. So we had to start asking questions again, and people directed us to where the bus um, station was, and it was actually really close. Thank God we didn't take that train. And we just went there, asked where this is our bus ticket and all. They said yes, this is where you have to stand. Everything, we just stood there. After some minutes, the bus came, and yeah, we entered. Just to be sure, we still asked the driver of the bus, please, this is where we are going to. And thank God for Google Map. It's very, very important to have Google Map, because that's what helped us move around. So we just had to, of course, look for an apartment that we like, we want to check out, and we're okay with the price on bookings.com. And we just entered the address of the apartment. Remember, we don't have a reservation, which, like I said, is a risk, but we're willing to take that risk because we had time to check out other apartments in case we get to the one we have in mind and they are booked. So we got to, we entered the bus, and we asked the driver on the map. My husband showed on the map, this is where we are going, to the address, and the driver said yes, he goes towards that direction. And we sat comfortably in the bus. We just sat close to the driver in case we have more questions. So and the bus started moving. But one thing I would say I appreciate about the buses and the tram here is that at each stop it's being displayed, there's a display, like a small display TV, where they show where at each stop the name of the stop and everything. So I was always looking at the map to be sure that we get off, at the bus station where we're supposed to get off. And nearly the bus got there. After like 30 something minutes, we came down, and we still asked, okay, where do we go from there? Because the map was showing us that we had to take a bus first, then a tram. The driver directed us on where to take the tram, and it's very easy. We got the tram came in no time, and we entered the tram, and after a few minutes we got to our last stop, and then we just used our leg to leg the whole thing. It wasn't really far. The apartment was just in the area, and just looking around, and it was actually nice. The only thing I didn't like about the whole thing is just the cold, because I don't do so well with cold, but we are getting there. We'll get used to it. So we just looked around, and we found one apartment, and we tried going in, pressing the bell, no one came in. So we tried calling, and someone picked up, and I don't know, I just feel the customer service was really, really bad. You have people that want to stay in your apartment calling and telling you they are outside, they are in the cold, just outside the door of the apartment. Instead of you to send someone or come yourself to open up and ask all the questions in the world you want to ask, they start asking on the call, how many room, when do you want to check in, and all that. It doesn't make sense. And the person said he'll be there in 30 minutes time. Just my hobby, I bet we'll go somewhere else, just look for somewhere else, because it's not even making sense. Later, we added up the first apartment we saw on WhatsApp to chat, and the person was just making all the inquiries on the chat. Like, who does that? Yeah, that's a really, really bad customer service. Luckily, after our waka about, we saw another, like a hotel. Yeah, a hotel, not an apartment this time. And it was really okay. They were so, of course, I'm going to leave the name. And I'll do a mini room tour of what the place looked like. The hotel was really clean when we came in. Everything we needed was there. I mean, it's a hotel, so I'll show you everything in the mini room tour. Everything we needed was there, and we stayed there for just 2 nights because they had, you know, booked. The other nights were booked. Even though we wanted to stay for 4, but we had to just stay for 2, then go to another, look for another apartment. But everything was nice. And remember when I told you that what we had on us was just 200, Polish currency. And from this 200, we already bought money for our tickets, which was 6 for each person. That's 12. And what else did we buy? Yeah, so we didn't even have enough, because for this place we had to pay 540 for 2 nights, which is about, I'll put the conversion rates in euro on the screen. We didn't have enough, and we did not want to risk paying, because they actually accept payments in euro. But I told my husband, if we do that, we are going to be spending more. So let's look for where to change the currency to their own currency. May we not cheat anybody here. How can we be paying in euro? We are the one losing. So we had to look for somewhere, around. We asked for directions. The first place we got were not open. The second place, thank God they were open, and they gave us at a really good rate, better than what we even got in Germany. Thank God we didn't change too much in Germany. So we changed our money, just bought a few things, and then we headed back to the hotel. And yeah, I'm just happy everything turned out well, because I'm happy God gave us the wisdom to, actually, God gave my hubby the wisdom, because in that cold I wasn't thinking well. I was so cold. I was just shivering. I'm just thankful to my husband for he was calm enough to take the lead and just do everything really nice, because in that cold, left for me, if I stay for that cold though, I was not thinking well, actually. It was really cold, and I just couldn't think straight. I'm happy at the end of the day we got one place to stay, and of course I'm grateful for a safe trip. So I hope you enjoyed this mini vlog, and also the mini hotel view.